tonight. When you finish the video, you're going to understand why you cannot read the SOL reading test the same way you'd approach reading anything else, because it's fake reading. It's completely fake. So we're going to talk about why it's fake reading, why your usual reading strategies don't work. When you're done, you're also going to have some strategies to approach the test with. And finally, you're going to have a huge list of no-nos to help you remember exactly what it is that you need to do and what you need not to do. And that's pretty important. Let me get the menu pinned. There. Okay, number one. Why this is fake reading. First of all, when we read a regular text, a regular book, a magazine, nonfiction, fiction, the person who wrote it so that you would be clear about what they wanted to say. They had a particular idea in their head. They had a message they wanted you to take away from it. But when you get to test writing, and this is huge, the test writers didn't write it for you to come away with an idea. The test writers wrote it to trick you. They want to know how clever you are. They want to test your thinking. Okay? What kind of a critical reader are you? So they're not writing it so that you come away with a particular emotion, a particular reaction. They want you to demonstrate what you know. It's not meant to be reader friendly. So that means that the writing on an SOL can't be read like any other text. It is a genre all of its own. And regular reading strategies aren't going to help you. It is fake reading. You can't sit down and read the same way. And I can't stress that enough. It's fake reading. Reading an SOL test or any kind of a standardized reading test is more like going on a scavenger hunt than it is reading. You're going to make a list in your head of what they want you to look for, and that's what you're going to look for. No more, no less. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? If all those reading strategies aren't working for you, what are you supposed to do on the SOL? Well, when I say it's not a regular reading, that doesn't mean that you forget about theme, main idea, characterization. That's going to be there regardless of whether it's a test or a library book or Lord of the Flies. But you're going to have to look for those things in different ways. So here's some tips to help you out. First of all, and this is so important, you can use the text, but not your life, to pick the answers. No opinion, memory, personal experience. If it isn't on the test, don't use it. Use the text. That means use the titles, use footnotes, use subheadings, use illustrations. Anything they give you, if it's on the test, use it. Other questions that they've asked you and you've answered, use it. It's very hard to write a good multiple choice test without giving the reader something back. So use the text. The second thing, and this is huge, and the research shows that more people miss test questions for this than they do from not knowing the skill. Read the question. Make sure you're very clear about what they're asking you. For example, if they ask you for the best title, that means they want main idea. Not questions means they want you to eliminate 3 possibilities. If they ask you for a definition, they want a definition of a word that fits in the block. If they want to know the etymology, and this goes to all of you in the last 2 days who missed that, then that's what they want. Make sure that you know what they want. Read the questions. Highlight any of the key words that are in the question. Things like paragraph number. They give you a paragraph number, that's all you need to answer the question. Okay? Highlight key words like main idea, author's purpose, theme. All of those are going to tell you what to look for. Number 3, please make sure that the answer you choose actually answers the question. Sometimes, and this is where it's a trick or fake reading, sometimes they'll give you an answer choice that just mentions facts in the story that are repeated to to see if they can actually trick you. So where I ask you questions in class to help you clarify, that is not what these questions on the test are. They are not clarifying questions. They are tricks. So make sure that what you've chosen actually answers the question and doesn't just repeat the facts of the story that stand out to you. This is a big one. Number 4, and again, this probably should have been in the top 3, but I hit top 6. Elimination is always one of the best ways to find an answer. It's much easier to eliminate what you know is wrong. Reduce your odds. If you have 5 answer choices and they want you to pick 2, if you get rid of 2 that you know are wrong, you've already eliminated your answer choices to 1 and 3. So don't begin by looking for the right answer. Begin by looking for what you know is wrong. Number 5, read the questions to see what it wants you to search for. Remember, it's a scavenger hunt. Get a list in your head. Are they asking you for a particular fact? Scan till you find the fact. Are they asking you to eliminate? Scan to see which of the questions you could eliminate. Remember, it's a scavenger hunt. They're not asking you to make whole hunks of meaning. They're asking you to look for bits and pieces. And my last strategy is to always, always, always check your answers. The thing is, you get tired. The test focuses on little facts, which fills your head with all kinds of little data. And it's very easy to get mixed up. Don't trust yourself. You don't have to. It's untimed. Check your answers. And finally, last but not least, my big don'ts or the big no-nos. And these kind of go back to the strategies. Don't rely on your memory. Go back to the text to check your answer. Don't think, well, I think I saw it. But go back and be sure. There's nothing lost to check. The worst that's going to happen is you were right. Don't consider what you think it should be or could be. The test writers don't care what you think. Your opinions don't matter. Remember that every 8th grader in the state of Virginia is taking this test. So all you can depend upon is what's on the test. And that text to the number 3, Don't add information. Don't read into this passage. If it isn't on the page in black and white, don't use it. And that goes back to not relying on your memory. These two are directly connected. If it isn't on the page, you cannot use it in your answer. And finally, number 4, and I hope that some of you, Braxton, learned this when we went over the technology enhanced items. You cannot skip anything. That means directions, footnotes, labels on diagrams, titles, section headings. If it's printed on the test, read it. If there's a picture, check it out. If there's a diagram, make sure you understand it. If they took the time to put it on the test, read it. Okay. I want you to be, again, a thoughtful viewer of this. So reread or rewatch it if you need to. Make sure you take good notes. Remember that these are overall very general test-taking strategies. We're going to be applying these every day in class. You're going to get small short test passages, and we're going to take them to look at how these strategies play out. This is critical. I'm not going to review these in class. Be sure that you write a question. We're going to go over the questions in class each morning. These are important. Remember, our test questions mean we can do anything. And Peter, I won't play We Are the Champions for you because I know that it bugs you. But we are the champions, and we're going to have the best scores in the city again. No summary for this video tonight. I will see you in class.